You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about the mainstream media. That's right. What the obvious legacy media, it's official, I guess. If someone covered this league outside of Christine Brennan, it looks like they have some kind of agenda. And in Scott Agnes's case, a guy that I have actually done videos on articles he's made, and thus far, I thought he provided really good coverage. But then yesterday in an article, he put something in there, and I don't know if he thought it was going to be a side note to his article, but you cannot call Caitlin Clark fans the dark side of the fandom. No, that wasn't the greatest or smartest idea in the world for you to have done. And it's clear. I will tell you this. When you look at what Scott covers, his proximity to the team, I've got to wonder, and this is speculation, but now, and I didn't think this. I didn't, because I thought, look, surely the Indiana Fever understand the opportunity that they have gotten with Caitlin Clark, her fandom coming in, what it's doing to the league. They've got the opportunity to be America's team unless they fumble her entire situation. That's the key. If they fumble it, all bets are off. But I'm starting to wonder, because this guy is so close to the team, what are you hearing exactly? Question mark. Are the Indiana Fever, do they sit back and talk about Caitlin Clark fans being quote-unquote dark? Because I got to tell you, you can hear and see a lot of wallets slam shut. Oh, League Pass? Click. Nah. No. Merch? No, I don't know what to tell you. I had to buy some new Caitlin Clark gear when they fumble her and she ends up on a different team. And I've said, I thought the Indiana Fever were the best place for her. Midwest team, not far from Iowa. I think a lot of people, like, I looked forward to driving to Indiana, okay? I think that area aligns with her fan base. But I wonder if the Indiana Fever understand that. So, and the other thing is, and we're gonna take a look at this, because Scott Agnes, this Indiana Fever writer, is getting obliterated, and rightfully so. This was an ignorant comment that I can't help but now wonder out loud, did this seep from the bowels of the management and the front office of the Indiana Fever? Surely they are not this dumb. I know a lot of fans already believe they are, by the way. I've been trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but now I do have to wonder. I do have to absolutely wonder. Right here, let's just come down here. Nothing about this Fever team is typical. They are the exception to the rule. All of their games are the most watched on TV, and that's why 42 of their 45 games, including the Cup final, are available to a national audience. Why do you think that is, Scott? It's because people have become invested in this team because of Caitlin Clark. Let's not get confused. And people are trying, and I'm going to tell you, it's been a tough watch since Caitlin's been gone. It's been a tough watch. All right? I mean, the drama around the league is more interesting than trying to watch this team at times. Brittany Griner acting like an idiot for the last 3 years. Natasha Cloud and all her politics crap. Dildo Gate. I mean, come on. They are America's team. Well, they got the opportunity to be America's team. If the front office and management doesn't mess all of this up. However, there's a lot of nastiness, almost entirely online, that comes along with that. Just read the comments, or don't, actually. You mean of sports fans? Of actual sports fans? Dude, you got NFL fans watching this now, and no, we tend not to be the most polite fans on the block, and because that's sports. It happens. It's something they dealt with last season and again this season. The reality is those who are the loudest aren't Fever or basketball fans. I took great exception to this. I'm 50 years old. I've watched basketball for 45 freaking years. I am so sick of the media trying to tell me that I'm not a basketball fan because I choose to follow a team because they got a transcendent star. Jordan Bird Magic. I mean, the ignorance is loud here, folks. They're only there for Clark. Boy, you stepped in it. But that dark side can easily seep into the team. The Caitlin Clark fans, the dark side. Because they're very passionate about a player, and yes, they've put their money where their mouth is. So these people, these fans, feel invested. And the Indiana Fever better be very careful about this. Because they're going to fumble the bag. They're going to fumble the golden goose here. Just because people might be talking, fire Stephanie White. And I'm going to get to you in a minute on this. Right here. You posted this. Absolutely, I saw that at Iowa too. The entire team received great support. Mean the darkness that comes out with those comments, so many with the quote, fire Stephanie White. Yet here they are rolling. I answered this dumbass comment. Number one, I'm not overly impressed with Stephanie White, and I don't give a shit that they're 16-12. I'm not. I don't think this offense fits Caitlin Clark, to be honest with you. I think the offense with Christy Sides, frankly, ran smoother and better. And she certainly knew who the superstar of this team was. Let's not get confused. I understand Kelsey Mitchell's on a month-long heater. A month-long heater. Okay. Well, that's great. Yeah, she looks great. She's been fun to root for. Aaliyah Boston. Well, Aaliyah's not played so well since Caitlin's got hurt. And I don't know if anybody's afraid to say that. I know the guys went on with Jason Whitlock the other day, and they said, well, Angel Reese has been better lately than Aaliyah Boston. Jason lost his mind. They're not wrong. Aaliyah Boston has not played as well as Angel Reese for the last month. Now, Angel's been hurt the last few days. You can't get any more objective than that. Lord knows I have been unbelievably critical of Angel Reese, and everybody knows that. But Aaliyah looks like a different player without Caitlin Clark. But I guess that's toxic to say out loud, Scott. It's toxic to say, fire Stephanie White. My reply to Scott. So, fire Stephanie White is, quote, dark or toxic. Have you ever watched sports? You've got to be joking. Every fan base ever has called for their coaches to be fired. I told him, I'm a Niners fan. Half the fandom wants Kyle Shanahan walked out the door today, and he's been to 2 Super Bowls. You want to know why they're critical of that? You want to know why? Because he hasn't won one. I mean, it's the chip. It's that championship ship that gets you, buys you collateral and time and growth amongst a fan base. All fans know right now is they've watched Caitlin Clark in this offense at times struggle. Now, I tend to believe a lot of this is because she's been hurt this year. I think that's what's affected her field goal percentage, but you get the point. Ken Swift. I mean, you can't get any more down the middle than Ken. I'm shocked to see this as part of your article, Scott, especially with everything we have seen from other fan bases, even players around the league. You even dealt with some of it yourself with Dejanay Carrington. Super disappointed that you would put something out that continuously puts the same fan base who has been chastised for booing continually back into that negative lens. Yeah. I mean, you're no better than ESPN. Maybe that was the goal. Maybe that was the goal. Wow. I got to tell you, didn't see that coming. I guess I should have. I ought to know better. After 6 years, I should know better. But it is what it is. I mean, I wonder, I feel like that if somebody, look, he's sort of what we call a beat writer. He's close to the team, right? What are you hearing from the team? And if that's the case, if they're setting back because we're saying fire Stephanie White, or we're critical of one of the other players on the team, and that's a problem, then the Indiana Fever and the WNBA and their media covering it wasn't prepared to accept actual passionate sports fans. Passionate sports fans are not dark, are toxic. I'm just not very nice when I go to criticize, and I don't have to be. I'm not a member of the media, nor do I ever want to be. Somebody asked me, hey man, somebody got a media credential that's in your community, and I said, yeah, I know. I'm very happy for them. Well, don't you want one? Hail to the never. I don't want that. That credential is poisonous. I mean, if the NFL offered me one, I would take it. You know why I would take it? So I could go to the combine and watch the guys work out, and I could study the draft guys. But I don't want that credential poisoning my mindset potentially. You see it in entertainment all the time. Why do you think these trash-ass entertainment films get such good critic reviews? It's because the critics don't want to lose their access to their little Disney parties. Hell no. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store, our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.